Hello lovelies, I have a fun wrap for you today, and it is straight up holiday. Green pashmina, red lace. It focuses on the intersection of angled pleats to give it a little bit more fancy, a little bit more class. You could bling it up with a headband and some bling like I had in the photo. Generally a relatively simple and hearty, steady wrap if you want to look a little bit fancy. This is dedicated to Sally from the Wrapunzel fan group where I first posted this wrap, who was looking for something Christmassy to wear during her treatments on Christmas Day. So I'm so happy I got a chance to do this tutorial for you and for everyone who asked on the fan group. And I'm really excited to see everyone's interpretation to it. So without further ado, let's create this wrap together. So this wrap is pretty simple. All you really need is lace and a pashmina. So in this case, I'm lucky enough to have a green pashmina and red lace, but you could do this with red pashmina, green lace, red pashmina, white lace, red pashmina, gold lace, any colors. So this is just a play off of my pashmina and lace tutorial, which I filmed, but I haven't put up yet. So I promise to get that up to you guys in the new year, but I wanted to get this one up first. So all you're going to do is put your scarf on with your sides equal, and then you're going to be just a little bit careful about your pleats. So I just folded over that front edge, but I didn't fold the scarf entirely to fit my head, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up that back edge so that I can see that it meets the back of my neck like normal, and then with all this extra fabric I'm just going to create some front facing, not angled, very precise pleats. So you can see in my tutorial, or in the picture for this, that it was, very carefully done, very tiny pleats, lots of time I took, but because this tutorial is happening, I'm not going to be so crazy. But basically, all you're going to do is take all that extra fabric that you brought up when you made it to fit your head, and fold it like so. So you've got, a couple of pleats that are straight, not angled, but straight. And then you're going to gather, 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 and crisscross, because we never tie. You guys know me by now, we never tie. And your ends should be equal. All right, so you've got that on there. I didn't bring a mirror in, so I'm doing this in front of the camera. So I'm sorry if it gets a little weird, you guys, because I can see better with a mirror, but I kind of only had a moment to do this, and I promised I'd have it up. So a lot of this is muscle memory. You'll have to forgive me if it's not as elegant as it was in the picture. So all you're going to do now is you're going to take whichever end you want. I usually sort of pick whichever end is a little bit shorter. Oh God, they're like identical. That never happens. Well, I'll just take this side then. Whichever end, doesn't really matter. They're both going to end up being wrapped. So this is almost a regal wrap, but not quite. I really recommend a stretchy pashmina that sort of angles itself and pleats itself, that isn't a headache to do this with. And you're going to bring this up on an angle. So you can see here now your straight pleats are getting intersected with your angled pleats. And then you're just going to wrap around and tuck. Now I realize that I just made those pleats look effortless, but I promise you guys it's not me, it's the scarf. It's the Lakeshore Bliss scarf. It just sort of does this on its own. But if you if I had like a tapestry pashmina or cranberry or any of those other ones, I would have to be way more particular. But basically what you've got going on is the small front facing pleats forward, the angled pleats to the side. So you're creating a lot of interest. And before you tie this end up, or wrap this end up, you're going to put on your lace. So this is this beautiful red lace. Ooh, yes, lacy. Oh, that would be fun. That would be a makeup look, right, you guys? I'll just do my makeup and just be like, I'm going to do a video like this. Anyway, so you can put your lace on any way you want. You can tie it hanging down so you've got a bit of a veil, or you can do what I'm about to do. So what I did is I brought my lace up, not so much that it covers everything like that, right? Like I just brought my lace like here so that you can still see the intersection of pleats. And then I tied it with a knot on top, which I will turn around so you can see. Perfect. And I like doing it that way because then all the fringe hangs down, because the fringe on this scarf is so pretty, but then everything is kind of sort of rounded at the back. But you can tie underneath and then, you know, leave the little triangle bit hanging rather than tie it on top if you want more of a veiled look. So that's totally up to you. And so now, whichever side you want your tails on, bring them to that side. So if you wanted your tails on this side, that's cool. For me, I always have my tails on this side. And we're almost done. So now you've got your intersecting angles of pleats, you've got your lace, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to turn our ends in, make this all crinkly. So this is the technique I do in my messy pleats video, which I will link below because that one is actually up. I will add the lace and pashmina tutorial to the links when I get it up, but it's just this sort of what I do with the messy pleats video, which is just turn the ends in if you can find them and they don't run away on you. Turn the ends in and then sort of scrunch it up all wrinkly and then bring it up. And you'll see that pleats kind of just form on their own. Now I left a sliver of lace visible, and now what I'm doing is the pleats are angled the other way. So you've got straight, angle, angle. So you've got a lot of like really interesting angled pleats going on. And then all you're going to do once you have that where you like it, and again you can mess around with the pleats, you can make them fancier if you're going to tuck it around. For me, because I have a big head, this will be a little too short. All the fringes are going to get everywhere. So I'm just going to use the longer part of the scarf to wrap the fringes around so that when I tuck it into itself, like so, it doesn't have fringes everywhere. And you get this double effect of this cool like twist. And then in the picture, all I did was put a pin right here. But again, completely optional. You can, you know, do that on your own. So this is my like super festive, in this case Christmassy, because these are the colors, but you could do, you know, blue and white, you could do whatever you wanted. It looks really fancy, right, because the lace and the pleating looks like you spent a lot of time, but all you're doing is you're creating tricks via the intersection of angles. So again, you could go and fix the pleats. I spent, when I did this, for the picture, I spent quite a bit of time and I like really sort of was very careful and made all my pleats equal, or you can just do what I did and throw up in messy pleats. But what you're left with is, you know, straight, angle, angle, a sliver of lace, and then the lace visible at the back, and then of course this gorgeous fringe just hanging out here. Oh, it's so pretty. And as you can see, like it looks super festive and really fancy, but it's actually quite relatively simple for a 2-scarf wrap. And you know, it can be as complicated as you want it to be, because the more time you spend on pleats, the more perfect you make your perfect you make your pleats. Obviously, the more time you're going to take. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This video will be my last next week. I have an awesome video coming for you guys of my 2017 favorites, so my 2017 favorite makeup products. I'm going to be posting next week, but this is my last tutorial before Christmas for me and before I travel home. I might put up a bit of a vlog for you guys during my travels so you can sort of get a bit of a sneak peek about, you know, what holidays are like and looking like for me. But either way, if I don't see you guys until next week and you do celebrate Christmas, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're coming to the end of Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. If you're celebrating the solstice, that's also next week. So again, thank you for all your support this year, everyone. Happy holidays. I can't wait to see all your holiday wraps. Please tag me on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. And I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, if you liked this video, like it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel before you leave. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.